was your relationship? I saw you because we had Marmari here, we had wonderful. You, and we had wonderful, yeah, and we had Janko here. Yes. It's a great conversation. Yes. I'm trying to find a way to put a leadership type event together for Syrians to come together.
Yes.
What happened with you and Janko?
Well, I don't, because your platform is huge, and people want to find out details, they can, but I want to say something, and I know George is going to listen to it. 2 things about George. He's Christian, and he's a Syrian. And because of that, I love him. More so, I love him because he's Christian. You can be Christian, not a Syrian, and I love you. He is a passionate young man. He reminds me of me over 20 years ago when, because I didn't have, I'm not saying he doesn't, I'm just saying me, so I didn't have someone to disciple me, and I was just learning and growing in my faith, right? So, and I became very passionate. See, there's something we call the beginner's zeal, where you think you've discovered something and you become so zealous you want to convert the world. But in so doing, you do more damage than good. That was me. That was me. Back then, that was me. I did a lot of damage because I thought I knew better. Hey, man, you're pagan. What are you doing? Hey, what you got? I didn't know, but my intention was sincere. George is a bright young man who loves Jesus Christ, and he's going to grow and be on fire for the Lord. But we got to give him time. Just give him time. Because only God knows what kind of knowledge he'll have when he's 53. Remember, I'm 53. So give him some time. It was a misunderstanding, and that's fine. It's okay.
Have you guys spoken since or no?
Not really spoken, but I wouldn't mind speaking to him because I have no animus towards him. I can't for 2 reasons. Number one, because he's Christian.
What was the issue?
The issue was about, the traditions of the church. Because if my journey is very complex, I came out of...
Purely over traditions, that's all it is.
Yeah, it's these traditions that these ancient churches hold to. Like the Eucharist becoming the body and blood of Christ, or Mary, perpetual virginity. Why do you guys believe it's not in the Bible? See, that's where I was 20 years ago. One thing I can tell you, guys, this is a fact. The more you study church history, the more you're going to see. This is a fact. Before God, I will answer if I'm lying. The ancient churches that have been there from the beginning, and I'm going to tell you the church, Catholic Church, I know that's demonized by the world. I don't care what the world thinks. Syrian Church, Eastern Orthodox, Oriental Orthodox, these churches have been there from the beginning. And the fullness of the truth, the correct application of Christianity is found in these churches. Sadly, they're in schism. I came to that conclusion studying church history, meaning the 2nd, 3rd, 4th centuries of what Christians taught. I was shocked. It troubled me, and people who know me can testify. I had a dilemma in my hand. Either all of these Christians were heretics, which would be blasphemy, because that means Jesus failed the church, and that's blasphemy. Christ said he'd be building his church, the Spirit would be guiding the church, and the apostles would appoint leaders filled with the Spirit to preserve the truth. And Christ taught this will be an unbroken chain. So they cannot be false teachers, because that means then Christ failed. That means they were the true Christians. But then they taught stuff that as a Protestant I was taught are false heretical doctrines. So that led me in one or two of them. Either they're false teachers, and happening, or my teachings are not ancient, not biblical, because we're misunderstanding the Bible. And so it took me 10 years to want to just say, you know what? I got to go back to the ancient churches. And so that shocks a lot of people when you're taught sola scriptura, total scriptura.
That's the pure conflict.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
There's nothing more than that.
No.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of him. Very big fan of him.
God bless him and preserve him.
I'm a big fan of you. I think he is an incredibly unique, because when you think about the Assyrian community and you think about Avengers, you said something very interesting earlier, which I fully agree with. You said, if I'm going to debate an atheist, I'm the wrong guy. Bring somebody else, because I don't know nothing about atheism. I didn't study atheism. But if you bring me against Muslims' Quran, I've studied it. I'm a good guy to come in. But I've know guys that are millionaire Christians who know nothing about the Bible, and I know, that whole thing that you're talking about, right? Yeah. This is a guy that was mainstream youth with Logan Paul in that entire community as an Assyrian guy who chooses his faith over fame, walks away, does his thing, and is doing his best to be amicable with everybody. I'm so impressed by him and his wife, what they're doing.
Praise the Lord.
And then with you, I see you as an animal. You're a very unique animal, very. extremely necessary.
Because I'm shaped like a buffalo? Is that what you're saying?
No, man, there's something very different about you. There's something very different about you that you're a complicated human being. You're very complex. Because when I publicly said I want to bring you on, I wish you could see what text messages I get, what things people send me. You have to watch this video. You sure you want to have this gun? Do you know what happened with him in his past? Do you know
exactly.
all this stuff that's sent my way, right? And I get it. I mean, I'm not, this guy's not a representation of this. That guy's not a representation of this. Listen, I don't know why God uses complex human beings to do the impossible. I don't know why, but he's always done that. Okay, if you would have told me, who's going to be the guy that's going to go up against the establishment, it's going to be a guy like Trump, I would have said, you're out of your mind. But he chose him. Oh. Okay, is he a man of faith? Is he going to go out there and sit with you in a conversation about Bible and he's going to be able to hang? No, that's not him. Is he a guy that's going to be? No, but watch what he's doing right now with all the different dealings. I think he chooses complex people, and I think you're a complicated individual yourself, but brilliant. Those two typically go together. You look like you want to say something.
No, I want to comment. The Bible pretty much tells you why he does that. So no man becomes the center of attention, but Christ. The Bible says he takes broken vessels so that people will know the power is not in you, it's from God, because God does the impossible with individuals that no one would think would be possible that they could be used so he can get the glory. This is in 1 Corinthians 1, 18 and 31. Says it right there. 1 Corinthians 1, 18 and 31. God wants to show his glory by taking humans who are oppressed, rejected, looked down upon, so that people know that can't be him. There's something in him that's doing it, driving, so he gets the glory. So that not only does he get the glory, but no man becomes an idol. See, this is what has been disgusting me on the social media. Everyone who has some type of gifting in the eyes of others draws a cult following. Mm-hmm. And this is wicked and evil in the sight of God. Mm-hmm. God doesn't want cult of personality. He doesn't want idols. He wants you not to focus on the person, because he's going to disappoint. I'll disappoint you, right? In fact, even now as you're talking about it, as I said, coming to this broadcast, I've never been attacked spiritually in my life than prior to this event. Stuff of my past, my ex-wife, lies and slander being used to discredit me. That hasn't happened to me in years. There's something about you and that Satan came after me. I got so tired, I almost wanted to give in. I said, man, maybe I shouldn't be here. It was that bad. So the warfare is real because we are imperfect. In fact, if you read the Bible, the greatest characters of the Bible are some of the worst sinners imaginable. Mm-hmm. You go look at David. David committed adultery, murdered the man to cover up his sin. Go look at Solomon. Go look at it. Because God is telling you, look, your eyes shouldn't be on them. They're flesh like you, they'll disappoint you. Your eyes be on me, who works through sinners to give you hope, that if this sinner can be forgiven and be used, I can use you too. And secondly, as long as you keep your eye on me, I will exalt you. But if you exalt yourself, I will have to humble you, because I'm not putting you in the business to have people be your followers. I'm putting you in the business to make them followers of Jesus Christ. And I'm going to give you a principle from 2 Corinthians where Paul says he was afraid he was getting puffed up, because Paul was a super apostle. He says it, I've done more miracles than the other apostles. He wasn't boasting. And I reached more people. But then he says something. This is why he's my hero. When I read Paul, man, he's my hero. I can't hold his sandals. And he was a maggot in comparison to Christ. But look what he says here, 2 Corinthians 12. So the man, he just wanted to be forgotten and wanted everyone to see Jesus. He didn't want you to focus on him. Stop focusing on me. Focusing on the Lord who loves me and saved me and didn't give me what I deserve here. 2 Corinthians 12, look at 6 to 10, what he says. He's talking about, the context is he's talking about a man, and he's talking about himself, by the way, but he's talking about himself third person because he doesn't want attention. Yeah, sure. He goes, I know a man, whether in the body or not, I don't know if I left my body or my body, who 14 years earlier was caught up to the third heaven. Paradise of God. It's him, but he doesn't want to say it's him. But he doesn't know, did God take me in my body, or is it an out-of-body experience? It doesn't matter. He saw inexpressible things that cannot be expressed. Now, look what he says. He gives it away, basically. For though I might desire to boast, I will not be a fool, for I will speak the truth. But I refrain, here's the key, lest anyone should think of me above what he sees me to be or hears from me. See that line right there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anyone to make me a superstar. So I fear when I tell you the things I've done, you're going to idolize me. I don't want you to idolize me. See, that's why I have to be careful what I say, lest I impress you to focus on me, and I will disappoint you. That's what he's saying. I don't know of any Christian. Myself, I disappointed so many people. I don't know if I'm right. I always think I'm right, and they're wrong. But that's the other side too. They're right. We're just biased.
Yeah.
Now watch what he says. Why do sometimes God allows you to struggle with demons? Here's the wisdom of God. Unless I should be exalted above measure by the abundance of revelation, meaning unless I thought I was a super Christian because I was getting so much revelation more than Peter and John. Lest if you look at me, I'm the man. So when people tell me I'm brilliant, it's not I'm trying to be fake humble. I don't want to believe it because I'm afraid I'll get puffed up.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because the same gift that God gave me, he can take it away. But here, I want to finish this. A thorn in the flesh was given to me, a messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I be exalted above measure. Concerning this thing, I pleaded with the Lord 3 times that it might depart from me. God, I can't handle this. Remove this agent of Satan. He doesn't tell us how Satan's attacking him, but Satan attacks. But he doesn't tell us how. Was it a disease? It doesn't say.
Yeah.
He goes, but God, I can't handle it. Look at Jesus' response. I pleaded with the Lord 3 times, depart from me. And he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Now, the depth of that one statement. My favor is all you need to endure. I'm not going to deliver you, but I won't let it consume you. I will preserve you through it, but I'm not going to take you out of it. You know why? Because I want you to know you're nothing without me. When you realize how weak you are, then you're going to appreciate it's my power, it's not you. That's the wisdom of Christ. And that's why he says, therefore, most gladly, I will boast in my infirmities. I won't talk about how great I am. I'm going to talk about how weak and wicked and useless I am. Why? So that you know it's the power of Christ that's giving me the grace to do this. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities and reproaches and needs and persecutions and distresses for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Then I know where my strength lies, not in me, not in my money, not in my political connections. That's all going to go. But if you have Jesus, that's forever. See, this is why sometimes we go through hell to remind you, hey, Patrick, get off that horse, bro. I'm not saying, but get off that horse. You are what you are because I was pleased to put you in the right circumstances, but I can take it away like this.
I fully believe that.
Hey guys, Vincent Oshana here. I recently released a new shirt for my faith-based line, Faith Over Fear. There's a cross on the front and Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1 on the back. As Christians, we've never seen Jesus face to face, but we believe. That's what having true faith is. Trusting when we can't see. And if you walk by faith, you have absolutely nothing to fear. Go to vtmerch.com, pick up a shirt. We have hoodies. We even have a female line. Rock the shirt, rock it with purpose, and let the world know who you stand with. Peace and love.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.